Hey everybody, just want to share with you one of the best finds I've been able to come across for toy grade RC cars. That's RC cars that are usually between 20 and I'll say around $80. Um, Toy grade, it is not a hobby grade RC car. As you can see, I have a few hobby grades, all brushless. There's a significant difference in between them, and I'll share that with you a little later on in the video. But this car cost me approximately $40. I bought two, one for my son and one for my nephew for Christmas, and they both love them very much. Very fast cars for toy grade, the fastest toy grade car I've ever had. And I've been, messing around with RC cars since I was a kid, and my son absolutely loves it. Unmodified, it's fast and good, and the only downfall I'd say is the battery, which is this uh, 800 milliamp lithium ion battery. So it's a great battery. It's a 9.6 volt, so it gives you a lot of punch. But it just doesn't last very long, maybe 10 or 15 minutes tops. So I made some adjustments to my son's because that's just kind of what I do. I love tinkering around with it. So I buy him RC cars and toys, and I take them all apart and fix them and make them better. Anyways, so the first thing I did to this was I took off the stock wheels, which are these monster truck tires, which are actually pretty decent tires. I like the tread; they're okay. I'm a fan of them, and I took those off though because they're pretty heavy, and so I put on some 10 scale buggy tires. Now the truck is a 12 scale truck. It's actually a knockoff of the HPI Savage Flux XS. So they had a pretty great benchmark or a pretty great standard to base this truck on. It is waterproof, completely waterproof. But I put on these buggy tires, and what they did, it kept my off-road gripping capabilities, but it gave me a much lighter wheel. And so even with this trade, my nephew has one, and so does my neighbor. And my neighbor and I were out racing them, and my car was noticeably faster. My son's truck was noticeably faster, just with the tire switching alone. Because these tires, just the cheap, I think they cost me $8 for the set. A cheap set of buggy, 10 scale buggy tires from eBay or Amazon. These came from Amazon, but you can get them from eBay. The next modification I did, and the only other modification I did, was I simply replaced the lithium ion 9.6 volt rechargeable battery with a 7.4 volt LiPo battery. And I didn't see any difference in speed. From what I'm seeing, the same speed. The main difference is, though, that was an 1800 milliamp battery. This is a 2200 milliamp battery. And so to do that, I just, I guess I should have already taken this off so you could see, but I just converted it to Dean. So I went to the hobby shop, got an adapter, and just simple conversion to make it acceptable to Dean style plugs, or the Ultra, I believe, style plugs. And very happy with it. So I'm going to go and put the battery back on. I'm going to fit the body on, and then I'm going to give you a short speed run. Now the only bad part about this really is that once you've made these little adjustments, it's a little difficult to control. So for my son, it's going to be very challenging. He was able to hang on when it was stock, and it was pretty fast. So now that I've made these adjustments, I don't know if he'll be able to control it. But I figure, hey, it's a great time to learn. So he'll figure it out. This will get him more used to running faster cars. And so that when he's ready to step up to hobby grade soon, he's 5 right now, and so when he gets ready to step up to hobby grade, then he'll be able to do so. Now this car, this is the controller for the car, the transmitter. It's okay for a toy grade. I've seen better, I've seen worse. Not my favorite transmitter, but it gets the job done. It doesn't have a lot of distance or range on it though. So let me see if I can drive while I record. So, really good car. It does have a tendency to turn when you accelerate really hard. Like, there it is in the sunlight. I'm gonna go ahead and post my phone, my recording device up so I can get a decent view of the street. All right. I would approximate that this goes about as fast as my hobby grade Ruckus monster truck without before I took it brushless and on a normal nickel metal hydride battery. So it's pretty quick. It's got a good little setup. I just didn't want to do too much. I will show you, see how it does in the grass. So as you see, takes the grass no problem. It flipped over going a little fast. So, and on that little bump it flipped over. You do have to glue your tires. That's going to be important with these upgrades because once it gets this extra speed, now that's very thick grass there and it just went through there. You saw it struggled a bit, but it definitely made it. It's even got some leaves caught up in it. But back to my yard. I mean, it's almost doing a wheelie. Like it's just going. And this, with all the upgrades, literally cost me, I'd say around 60 bucks. So we'll see if the gears, I'm sure they're cheap plastic, we'll see if they last the test of time with all this speed and torque. But I had to glue my tires because it was peeling out of the tires like it was nothing. So you can see it next to here, my 10 scale buggy frames and short course truck frames. This is a Ruckus, a monster truck, which I'm waiting on a wheel to come in. So you can see just kind of how it stacks up. I mean, I can even put on the body so you can compare. Now this is a buggy, the ECX Boost, and there'll be a video of that coming soon. This has brushless motor in it, so it's pretty fast, as is that one. That's an ECX circuit, but I've modified it and I've changed some things around. So it now actually is an ECX amp, the new monster truck, but with better parts. So I just, want to do some creative little things. So this is the Boost with a truck body and short course truck tires. I'm sorry, stadium truck is what the circuit is. But and this is it next to that. So you can definitely see the size difference. It's pretty significant. But this thing will get up, go, have an absolute ball with it. I think that's all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Check it out on eBay. Like I said, these things are cheap, a lot of fun. Your kids will like it, even you'll like it. Anyways, hope all is well. Happy holidays.